Hello there. Welcome to another insightful episode of my YouTube channel, IFL-SC Global Academy. Je suis le professeur Marie, and I'm always happy to have you on the show. It's a platform for good. We're here to educate, to teach, and to open the pathway for others to follow. Remember, we always talk about the SDGs on this program, SDG 3, 4, 5, and 13 because we talk about sustainability. We love to talk about development, and we have a platform. We know that we can achieve development through the GREAT agenda, GREAT, GREAT, which talks about gender equality, reality into action, education and empowerment, action for climate, as well as training for the future, because the future really matters. In our last episode, we told you about wetlands, oceans, coasts, and how they matter for future generations. They matter a lot for the future, and what and how we it's very important that we conserve them because they serve as a filter to provide fresh water, to provide oxygen, to provide food, to provide a good climate, to sustain lives on Earth. So oceans, wetlands, coastlands are all very important. And we give examples how Bayelsa State has one of the best, one of the most important coastlands and also wetlands in the world. So if you want to get all that information, you can check our last video and then you see all the information we spoke about there. A lot of very important things that were talked about on that last episode, which you can still check. Maybe I'll post a link below so that those of you who could not can check it again for last time. Today we're going to see, we told you that we're going to be talking about what can be done because, there are a lot of problems now with the oceans, with the wetlands, climate change, and all of that. So, what can be done to protect uh, the coastline, the coastal areas, to protect the oceans? What are some of the restoration efforts for those other coastal areas and wetlands that have been damaged? What they need is restoration. So, what can be done to restore? How can eco tourism be encouraged? Okay, so that it can bring sustainable growth. Now, a good example of what nations have tried to do to protect our oceans, our coast, is the Ramsar Convention. If you remember, the Ramsar Convention was a very important international treaty which was dedicated to wetlands conservation. Similarly, we have conferences such as the Sea the Future 2025, which took place in Thailand, which highlights the global commitment to protect these vital ecosystems. Okay, but the responsibility to protect wetlands, oceans, and coasts does not rely solely on governments. It does not rely solely on government and conservation organizations. We can also make our own effort. Individuals can also make simple but very powerful choices. Now, for instance, reducing waste, that can be a choice, supporting sustainable seafood, advocating for stronger environmental policies in the country. You can do that as individuals, as nations. We must invest in conservation. We must invest in innovation. We must invest in education to secure a better future for generations to come. Here, IFL-SC Global Academy is part of the effort, it's part of the education process. We educate a lot of our young people, the girls, the women on this platform, and IFL-SC Global Academy, so that we can champion the sustainable effort that is going on globally, and they too can be part of championing the process so that we can preserve our biodiversity and then ensure that our wetlands, our oceans, and our coasts continue to thrive. Okay, that's the journey. Now, the United Nations has made a lot of efforts in that area. We must commend the UN and all its bodies for what they've been doing. If you look at every year, a lot of conferences globally are being organized. I have attended a lot of them in New York, in Switzerland, in Spain, in Canada, in France, a lot of those efforts. I'm going to tell you a few of them so that You too might want to attend. It's very important. You too might want to be part of it. Now, for instance, recently, just this month, March, between March 7 and March 28, every year in New York, we have what you call the CSW. And this year was a CSW 69. It just ended. And some of our members, team members, were in New York to attend that event. Now, in May 29, between May 29 and June 1st, another very important conference will happen. That will be in Tajikistan. Tajikistan, okay, in a city called Dushanbe in Tajikistan. It's going to be an international conference on glaciers. This is a very important conference that will take place between May 29 and June 1st. And you're encouraged to subscribe. If you want to attend, you can drop a comment on our comment section, and we can link you to that. Between June 9 to June 13 is another very important one in Nice in France, which is called the United Nations Oceans Conference. It's the UN Ocean Conference number 3. You see, that one will also address issues with the ocean. So you can also key into that. I'll be part of that one in France. Now, between June 30 and July 3rd, in Spain, the UN is also organizing another one in Seville, in Spain. It will be called the Fourth International Conference on Financing for Development. That's FEED number 4. So this conference will address very emerging issues and the urgent need to fully implement the Sustainable Development Goals, which we talk about on this program all the time. Now, we have another one coming in June, between June 24th and June 27th. That one is the 196th session, Palais des Nations. That's in Genève, in Switzerland, en Suisse. C'est à Genève, en Suisse, au Palais des Nations, 196th session. And that will be a World Forum for Harmonization of Vehicle Regulation. So the United Nations wants the world to harmonize, regulate the vehicles they are using. Now, between June 3 and July 4th, that conference will hold. Now, July 9 to 7 to July 9, another very important conference will be ECOSOC Subcommittee on Experts on Globally Harmonized System of Classification, of Labeling of Chemicals. Those are all efforts that are put in place. Now, April 15 is another very important conference. April 15, that one will be in Austria, in Vienna. It will be an expert group on SDGs, or SDG 5. Okay, that will be in preparation of the high-level political forum. And then May 20 in Bonn in Germany, we have another conference there. That one will be called Expert Meeting. It's a group meeting on SDG 13 in preparation for the high level political forum. Then, of course, finally in July 14, between July 14 and 23, in New York, again, in the United States, we'll have the high level political forum on sustainable development. It's a very important program, which I would definitely attend, because there a lot of countries will convene, a lot of high profile people, presidents, ministers, governors convene under the theme advancing sustainable, inclusive uh, science and evidence-based solutions for 2030 agenda. So that will be very important, another very important one. So you see that they will be reviewing the progress for SDG Goal 3, Goal 4, Goal 5, and Goal 13, which are the SDGs that we'll look at on this program. Between March 16 and 21st, which just passed, there was one also in Brazil. And then we're also looking forward to another one in Brazil that will be between November 10 and 21 this year, 2025, in Brazil, the United Nations Climate Change Conference. They have these COPs, different series, 10th to the 21st of November. If you want to be part of that COP, please drop a comment below and we'll link you on how you should register or should you participate. So all these conferences, all these programs, meetings are very critical for international climate diplomacy. So don't you forget to like our video, to comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But if you have subscribed, like it, comment, and share this video help the volunteers of IFL-SC Global Academy to continue their work, click on the button below, subscribe, support the work we do. As always, I tell you, stay inspired and keep learning. Stay inspired and keep learning. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.